How you doing, everybody? My name is Dr. Sami Baya. Please welcome back to my YouTube channel. When a narcissist loses their grade A supply or their best supply, what is the reaction of this narcissist to losing their narcissistic supply? So this video will talk about all this. Now, we all know that a narcissist is a selfish, self-centered, egotistic, egocentric individual who is a master manipulator. Their main aim is to satisfy their own needs. Their main aim is to destroy you, to hurt you, to control you. They need narcissistic supply from you. So, a lack of narcissistic supply destabilizes the narcissist. And the narcissist will do everything to stabilize themselves with a lot of manipulative tactics. The main primary form of narcissist emotional regulation is narcissistic supply. And when you talk about narcissistic supply, it is that praise you give the narcissist, that validation, that admiration, that recognition, that reassurance. So in short, the constant validation is narcissistic supply to the narcissist. It helps the narcissist construct a sense of self. And they use that to suppress all of the negative emotions that they have about themselves. So when a narcissist runs out of narcissistic supply, their false sense of self deteriorates rapidly. And this crystallizes the narcissist's negative emotions, and it compromises their emotional stability. So to replace that lost supply, the narcissist will mistreat their victims. They will manipulate their victims. They will abuse their victims, And one way narcissists react when they've lost their narcissistic supply is through projection. It makes the narcissist project to protect the emotional stability when they lose their narcissistic supply. They might go on a narcissistic rage. They get angry, extremely angry, Now, when you talk about a narcissist and the narcissistic cycle to obtain their supply, that process begins by the narcissist creating a false or a facade of kindness and sincerity to gain a person's trust. In short, it's all about love bombing. Now, once the relationship evolves and it becomes more intimate, the narcissist starts manipulating their victim. They use all the tactics such as feature faking, gaslighting, triangulating, blame shifting, projection, and so on. So the narcissist will demand so much from their victim. So in short, let me give you the narcissistic supply cycle. The narcissistic supply cycle starts with seeking supply. That is the first step. The narcissist needs attention. They need it for them to be normal. So they'll hunt for someone to give them what they desire and what they want. Then they idealize that source. In short, they love bomb that source, to get as much attention as possible. Then the next step is the narcissist will be frustrated when they don't get enough. If they're giving too much and they're not getting enough. And enough, I mean they're not getting the supply that they need, the enough supply that they need. Then they'll be frustrated that they're getting lower supply. And what will happen? They'll therefore start devaluing that source of supply. They will start verbally abusing their supply. They'll start emotionally abusing them, even physically abusing them. And finally, they will discard that supply. They'll discard their old supply and look for a new one. And by that time, they're done. So, without narcissistic supply, when the narcissist doesn't have, when they've lost their grade A supply, their best supply, that is the best source of their narcissistic supply, then they will resort to projection to regulate the emotions. When I talk about projection, I mean the defense mechanism that occurs when we take parts of our identity that we find unacceptable and place them onto others. For instance, a cheating narcissist will accuse their partner of being a cheat. So the narcissist uses projection when they lose their grade supply, when they lose their best supply, when they lose their narcissistic supply. They start projecting on their victim. Now, to project their inadequacies onto the victim, the narcissist will devalue their victims. They will invalidate them. They will degrade them. They will humiliate them. They will verbally abuse them on a daily basis. Why? Because they are losing narcissistic supply, or they've lost narcissistic supply. When the narcissist feels weak, when they feel inadequate, when they feel unlovable, they project those feelings onto someone else. Like they will tell their partner, nobody will ever love someone like you. What it means is that nobody can love someone like them. So projection is one of the clear strategies that the narcissist runs to when they lose their supply. Now, the other move is self-victimization. The narcissist will victimize themselves, or they may become depressed when they run out of narcissistic supply. When they lose their grade supply, they lose their source of supply. That is, they become depressed. They become they can even go on a narcissistic collapse. Their negative emotions will hit them, and those emotions are the fear of abandonment, the feelings of being unlovable, the feelings of being unwanted, the feelings of being weak, insecurity, being insecure, being vulnerable. Because narcissists are very emotional creatures, and they are very mature, and they are not capable of managing the negative emotions that they have on their own. They must have someone to project their negative emotions onto. So they project that onto you if they realize they're losing you. So when the narcissist loses their supply, they will also resort to baiting. Baiting occurs when a narcissist uses their victim's vulnerabilities and insecurities against them to get them to engage in a negative confrontation. In short, baiting is when the narcissist provokes you using your weaknesses, your vulnerabilities, to cause an argument, to cause a conflict, a drama, fight, some kind of a fight. And that way they are able to play the victim card, and they're able to blame their victim. And also they're making their victim emotionally unstable so that they can devalue them, they can degrade them, they can invalidate them, they can, that way they feel satisfied. Baiting allows narcissists to project their negative emotions and emotional instability onto their victim. So if a narcissist in your life says something painful, hurtful, and you respond with hurtful words of your own, then the narcissist will gaslight you. They will play the victim card. All right? So that's what the narcissists target by baiting their victim. Remember, one thing with narcissists, they use baiting to get narcissistic supply. They will not manipulate their victim into a negative confrontation that allows them to, allows them to victimize themselves. They do that to be the victim. They manipulate their victim so that them can say that they are the victims. So a narcissist can even triangulate their victim so that they get narcissistic supply. Triangulation is whereby the narcissist puts themselves in a position of power and control, where people are fighting each other for the narcissist's approval. This gives the narcissist power. It gives them validation, admiration, reassurance, recognition. They feel strong, they feel in control. So, what are the signs that you are narcissistic supply to someone? You might find yourself that you don't want to argue with the narcissist. You find yourself, you're persuaded to violate your boundaries. You are helpful to the narcissist. You serve the narcissist. You always do what the narcissist wants. You are always admiring the narcissist, giving them compliments. You feel like the narcissist has control over you. You know, you've lost autonomy. So narcissists are always seeking endless validation, attention, and praise to compensate for their lost self-esteem, for confidence, and they have this perceived lack of acceptance. Remember, the narcissists they never received enough love as a child, so they use people as objects to obtain what was lacking in their childhood, and this way they get supply. They get narcissistic supply. So narcissistic supply refers to the constant supply of attention and admiration needed by narcissists. To gain this attention, narcissists will use a false self that attracts people to them. But remember one thing about narcissists: they lack empathy. So it's very tough for them to make healthy connections. So they tend to target people who are more vulnerable in order to feed their supply. Narcissistic supply is a form of psychological addiction where the narcissist requires and even demands limitless special treatment. They want constant validation, constant recognition, admiration, to be praised. You know, they want that feeling of being important. So attention-seeking behavior is narcissistic supply. Whether positive or negative attention, that is narcissistic supply. And that's why narcissists want attention at all costs. They want accolades. They want validation. So remember one thing: everybody needs to be heard and accepted. But narcissists want constant attention. They want constant validation. And the other thing, narcissists will never be satisfied. No matter how much you give, they want more. They'll never be satisfied. It will never be enough with them. The longer the lack of narcissistic supply, the more the narcissist glorifies, rewrites, misses, and mounts the past. And this is what brings about the negative feelings that causes depression in a narcissist. So when a narcissist doesn't get a constant supply of validation, their confidence and their superior facade can collapse. And that collapse, narcissistic collapse, may happen because other people don't see the narcissist like the way the narcissist wants to be seen. So how does narcissist get their supply? The narcissist gets their supply through dominating and controlling others. They get their supply through receiving constant attention, compliments, praise, recognition, reassurance. You know, they love being congratulated. They love accolades. Praise, admiration gives the narcissist a sense of emotional stability that they did not receive in the past. So the more the narcissist gets these compliments, it fuels their grandiosity and ego. And that admiration hides their narcissistic tendencies. And it shows the world that people love and accept them. So the other thing about narcissists is that they get their supply through being intentionally negative. They are deliberately demanding, argumentative, and cooperative, persistently demanding and reasonable. That way they get that supply they need. Because it shows that the narcissist despises themselves inside them. They feel they don't deserve love. They don't deserve to be accepted. They don't deserve to be in a happy, healthy relationship. And that's why they're always argumentative, they're always uncooperative, they're always unreasonable. The other way narcissists get supplies through exploiting others, that is, using others, misusing others, and then discarding them. They don't relate to others, they use them. They use their charm, their power of persuasion. And the narcissist views this as winning, and that feeds them their ego. Again, narcissists tend to have mental health or substance use disorders. They misuse substances to feel superior or to feel above everyone else, to feel more important than everyone else, and this satisfies their narcissistic supply. They also they feel powerful, the feelings of power and entitlement from constant praise, validation, attention they get, admiration. It feeds the narcissist's ego. So in the mind of the narcissist, they solidify their superiority, and they believe they have this high status. When they think they are reputable, it allows the narcissist to get trust of others, and it builds up the power to control and manipulate others to get supply. So narcissists will also use sex to get supply. Remember, one thing about sex with a narcissist is always one-sided. The narcissist uses sex to fill their supply. Sexual intimacy requires attention from both partners. The narcissist may demand or expect praise or compliments while ignoring their partner's needs. So they feel sexually superior to their partner, and this helps them obtain that desire that they are the best. Narcissists are also known to be emotional vampires. They milk you emotionally dry. When the narcissist sees you as sad, to them it's an opening to manipulate you or to make you feel worse. They use someone's emotional energy and emotions to get more attention. Now, to break this narcissistic supply cycle, go no contact. Remove yourself from the narcissist. Remove yourself from that narcissistic relationship. Learn to disarm the narcissist. Learn to outsmart the narcissist. If possible, go grey rock. If you can't, go no contact. Acknowledge that you are important. Work on your self-esteem. Boost it. Allow yourself to grieve that relationship. If you've ended that narcissistic relationship, stand your ground. Have firm boundaries. And that way the narcissist will move on and leave you alone. Improve your self-esteem. Work on it. Build it. Focus on addressing any trauma and blows to your self-esteem once you've left that narcissistic relationship. Learn to forgive yourself. Be kind and soft to yourself. Consider going for counseling. Find the right therapist who can focus on who focuses on you recovering from narcissistic abuse. You need to heal. Remember, healing is the best way of moving on from a narcissist. All right, and again, with the narcissist, it's very difficult for them to change. Always know that. So the best thing to do most of the times when you're dealing with a narcissist is to always physically walk away and stay away. Go no contact. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not done so. Thank you.